Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another exciting episode of ARTiculation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at ARTiculation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org. These are three of the headlines I saw today, Thursday, April 18, 2019, when visiting elitevaluesnews.com. In business news, the 19th annual Diversity Employment Day Career and Job Fair takes place in Chicago, Illinois at the Courtyard by Marriott Magnificent Mile. In health news, the UA Department of Medicine's Research Academic Half Day takes place at the University of Arizona Cancer Center in the Kiewit Auditorium in Tucson, Arizona. And in entertainment news, KRS-One performs tonight in West Palm Beach, Florida at Respectables. Those are three of the headlines I saw. Be sure to pop on over right now to see what headlines you see.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you, we hear you, and I am definitely glad to be here with you today on another fresh episode of ARTiculation Radio. And on today's episode, we have for you not only some great music from indie artists, we also have a topic in store, as well as some conversation. We're going to have an interview with a doer, with a move maker, and as you already know, somebody that you may or may not already know about. So maybe in addition to giving you some new music, I can also give you a new person, as well as a new product or a new service. I'm not going to tell you what, but, well, not yet. I'll tell you after I play a couple of songs. Let's roll with one now.
I can't go on pretending I don't care. I can't go on pretending I don't care. But I'm trying to do the best I can. Trying to do the best I can. Oh, trying to do the best I can. I'm human and flawed, but I can't cut it all. So instead I blush until I've had enough. You see right through me, you see. Such a shame for you, all my secrets are free. And I just wanna learn yours and absorb everything you mean. I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me. You're making me weak. I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me. Making me weak. You expect me to keep my composure and my exposure and on my toes, but I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me, making me I can't sleep. Oh, so deep, it's making me weak. It's so sweet, I can't think, incomplete. It's making me weak. I can't eat, I can't sleep, but I can't sleep. It's so deep, making me weak. I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me, making me weak. I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me, making me weak. I can't go on pretending I don't care. Please forgive me, making me weak.
ARTistreview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ARTistreview.com. Artist, REVUE.com. From arranging art exhibitions to musical performances to radio interviews to so much more, the Artist Review helps your work get seen. ARTistrevue.com. ARTistreview.com.
It's a dirty world, a dirty game. When I think about my life, I wanna make a change. Tired of living out this life, trying to shield the pain. Stuck under this umbrella, but it won't shield the rain. I'm starting to understand things will never change, but it's still heavy on my mind, got me picking my brain. I'm trying to keep a steady route, but ain't feeling the lane. Don't look for me to pull you out, cause no feelings remain. If I could take it all back, I would've squeezed that trigger long ago. Then know one day I'd be surrounded by these silly hoes. They act like vultures flying around my head, trying to pick my bone. Gotta ride around my city every night packing my chrome. Steady trying to knock me off the rim, but I'm still holding on. Don't nobody wanna ride with me, so I ride all alone. Rolling blunts and smoking longs, pushing pedal to the metal. Haters lurking, trying to stop me, but I swear I never settle. Ain't no need to play pretend. Living in this world of sin. If you ain't moving how they moving, niggas try to do you in. If you got it and they want it, they try to keep you under pin. Only way you gonna make it is if you play this game to win. Standing strong and never breaking, path the thorn so I can't shake it. Steady stabbing in my skin till I blow up, cause I can't take it. I get tired of niggas faking, lying to me in my face. It's hard when you just trying to make it, but everything you get they take. It's a dirty world, a dirty game. When I think about my life, I wanna make a change. Tired of living out this life, trying to shield the pain. Stuck under this umbrella, but it won't shield the rain. I'm starting to understand things will never change, but it's still heavy on my mind, got me picking my brain. I'm trying to keep a steady route, but ain't feeling the lane. Don't look for me to pull you out, cause no feelings remain. I'm trying to make it out, no time for mistakes, cause I ain't trying to fall. And if I do it standing tall, back pressed against the wall. Just give me a little space, cause I'm trying to figure it out. I must know what it's about, don't wanna live my life in doubt. I've been hurt many a times, I'm trying to find a safer route. Just trying to keep it 100, I don't need 10 dimes. I'm only in search of one, but I'm kinda pressing for time. Never know what's coming next, ain't no love and it's a shame. Hope the struggle ain't in vain, still struggling to ease the pain. Seems like just a touch of fame will turn the real ones into haters, man. Used to chill, now I'm steady getting side-eyed. I'm focused focus on the grind. They got me targeted for drive-bys. Been loyal to a fault, and those the ones that I'm denied by. Got love for my city, but I don't seem to pull no heartstrings. I gotta get it, my heart's pumping like a train. Knowing there's nothing but strangers, gotta take it with a grain. It's a dirty world, a dirty game. When I think about my life, I wanna make a change. Tired of living out this life, trying to shield the pain. Stuck under this umbrella, but it won't shield the rain. I'm starting to understand things will never change, but it's still heavy on my mind, got me picking my brain. I'm trying to keep a steady route, but ain't feeling the lane. Don't look for me to pull you out, cause no feelings remain. It's a dirty world, a dirty game. When I think about my life, I wanna make a change. Tired of living out this life, trying to shield the pain. Stuck under this umbrella, but it won't shield the rain. I'm starting to understand things will never change, but it's still heavy on my mind, got me picking my brain. I'm trying to keep a steady route, but ain't feeling the lane. Don't look for me to pull you out, cause no feelings remain.
PeopleWarmer.com. Book your travel today. PeopleWarmer.com for wherever you want to stay. PeopleWarmer.com wherever you want to play. PeopleWarmer.com. Go see a concert today. PeopleWarmer.com. Book everything you need. PeopleWarmer.com. Go ahead. Please, please.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. We kicked off the top of today's episode with a song by Erica Johnson. That's Erica with a K. That song was My Favorite Weakness. That was followed by No Feelings Remain by Sean Lux. Up next is Tangled Tapes 2 by Anders Bothen.
You have a product? Let them help you increase sales. You have a video? Let them help you make it go viral. PeopleWarmers.com. PeopleWarmers.com for all your advertising, marketing, and promotional needs. They also take care of events planning. PeopleWarmers.com. Visit them today.
On today's episode of Articulation Radio, we will be discussing the topic, defending your children. Now, this will be one that some of you may say is a no-brainer. Some of you may automatically see how it's controversial because, of course, different people take defense certain ways and handle it certain ways. Like, for instance, I'll just say this to kind of keep it short. My grandmother, for instance, my mother's mother, my maternal grandmother is one who, prior to her transition, believed strongly in upholding family regardless, even in wrongdoing. No problem with it. But my mother made it clear, no, you behave a certain way. There's certain actions that should be expected as a result of that. And you're either going to get something good if you've done well. If you've done something bad, you can expect something bad. And no, we always knew that, no, if we got into any kind of trouble, Mama was not going to be bailing us out, not at all. And Grandma is going to be mad at Mama for not bailing us out. And Grandma would likely be the one to quickly come and bail you out. But at any rate, as we know, there are limits to certain things. And of course, we know, while none of us would truly defend our child if our child took someone's life, or or maybe some of us would defend our children even if someone's life was taken maliciously and in cold blood by our child. But of course, I think that for the most part, though, we all can agree that if we see that our children have done something wrong and our children are admitting, I did this, or even if they're not, say we know our child is wrong. We're handling that with our child. Our child is going through handling that. But then you have all of these other people saying all of this bad stuff about your child, making things worse for your child and just adding on to it. You can't help but even within that moment of, scolding your child or disciplining your child, to also still defend your child. So I think that surely we can all agree that while we would say there are certain times we will or won't, for the most part, a good 8 times out of 10, we're always going to come to the defense of our child. And let me kind of make this concept live a bit for you. And we'll just use something directly that's going on right now, because as a matter of fact, On today's episode, we are going to talk with an American dad who is devoted to doing just that, defending his children. And of course, I'll tell you more about him right after I play this song real quick, and also which child of his is being defended. So hold tight.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
Now, on today's episode of Articulation Radio, we will get a chance to hear from Ades. His daughter, Jackie, made national news not too long ago when she was arrested for threatening and sending more than 150,000 text messages to a wealthy man she met on the internet. Now, you may remember that she was arrested at his home in his bathtub and was also charged with trespassing. We've heard what Jackie's former co-workers and friends, well, pseudo-friends, had to say about her and the situation. Now it's time for Jackie's dad, Alex, to tell us the other side of the story that we're all wondering about, but can't seem to find much press coverage on. And, of course, that's this wealthy businessman. But at any rate, you know, Ades is one dad who wants to set the record straight about what his daughter Jackie did and is going through. And so he's actually on a national media tour to tell Jackie's side of the story while she's behind bars. But I'll be right back with Alex on the line so he can fill you in on a few things. Well, the real deal, I would say, shortly after this. Let me play a song or so for you.
I had lost my groove.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
That was Them Stories by Siney. Prior to that, you heard The Things You Do by Wild Sun featuring Frida Wentz. Up next is Had Enough by Kelly Engstrom featuring Jimmy.
Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
Every single pic, I see that posing chick, trying to ignore it, but I just can't help, I'm feeling sick. She's boarding private jets, but I try to forget. I can't undo it, can't erase the day we made. I used to call you mine, I'm the one who got your back, it won't help this time. I guess I've had enough. Turn it on, baby, bye, bye, bye. Yes, I've had enough. After all, trying to make it right. Yes, I've had it, done it. Every time I try. your love enough. Oh, enough. And every Insta flick, she's hanging with her clique. I try to block her, but sometimes I'm weak and look at it. Smoking mirror light, she's getting high on lights. Couldn't offer her them things, I'm not that type, no. Used to call you mine, I'm the one who got your back. It won't help this time. I guess I've had enough, turn it off, baby, bye, bye, bye. Guess I've had enough, after all, trying to make it right. Guess I've had it, done it, every time I try. Need to know I've finally caught your bluff enough. Oh, enough. I believed in love, but you're impossible, so impossible. And somewhere you lost my heart, you're so trustable. You gotta listen, girl. I guess I've had enough, turn it off, baby, bye, bye, bye. Yes, I've had enough, after all, trying to make it right. Yes, I've had it, done it, every time I try to know I've finally caught your bluff enough. Oh, enough. Enough. Oh, enough. Enough.
Would you like for a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com, or call 972-880-8316 to book your motivational speaker today. That's Life's Purpose Ministries, 972-880-8316. Book a lecturer today.
Articulation Radio is so pleased to have on the line with us today Mr. Alex Ades. And this gentleman, as you all know from the intro that I just gave, is the one who's here to set the record straight about his daughter. And, of course, perfect timing because today's episode is focused all on defending your children. So first, let me be sure that we do have Mr. Alex Ades on the line. Alex, are you here?
Yes, I am. Do I call you Sage or Goddess?
You know, you can call me Goddess Sage, you can call me Sage, or you can call me Goddess, whatever rolls off of your mouth, because I already know that you are a man of truth. You are a man who follows your heart, so I know whatever you call me, it'll be exactly what you're feeling, and it'll be accurate.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So let me ask you real quick, before we do anything, how are you? How's your family, and how is Jackie doing? Where is she right now?
She is in jail in Arizona. She's trying to cope. It's the first time she ever went to jail for any reason.
Not alone for this amount of time. That's a lot of time for anybody.
And we're trying to cope. It's the first incident we've had in our family. It's very stressful. My wife and I are going through a very hard time.
And definitely our prayers are with you all, and I think that it's very exemplary of you all, the way you are not only handling the facts of the matter, but making sure that other facts are addressed with this. And so I guess, we'll just go ahead and just dive straight into it because, of course, as we know from the news reports telling us places where Jackie has worked, even things that she'd like to drink. Of course, some of us feel like we already know Jackie pretty well, but there are some basic questions about this successful businessman that's at the root of everything, Itzhak Ben Shabbat, that are still unanswered. What can you tell me about Itzhak?
Itzhak Ben Shabbat is the person that she met through one of these websites on the internet, and they just held a conversation. They text each other, and he happens to be a very rich person. He's a billionaire, I am told. He is the CEO of a company called Secret, Seacret. There are a lot of rumors floating around and reports floating around that this company, somewhere in a Reddit post report, has a WikiLeaks link that shows an internal email about secret mall kiosks being a front for the Mossad, and is the FBI following the family of the Ben Shabbats. And that's as much as we know about this gentleman. He has hired an extremely high-power attorney, and from speaking with attorneys ourselves, we've discovered that the reason he did that is to try and somehow get the harshest possible sentence on Jackie. I am very concerned because of the lack of information that we have about Mr. Shabbat.
Yeah, so am I, and it just stands out because, of course, I kept running across everything. You know how you look at one thing, you go to another, but, naturally that inquisitive side, you get questions because you see you're reading the same things over and over about Jackie, but you're reading the same one-liner about him, successful businessman. I'm like, what is his business? Who is this guy? It was just a natural question. And I know that you want to, focus on your daughter, and we're going to come around to that. And so I guess let me kind of segue so that we don't get too deep into, because of course we know you've shared what you do know about this gentleman, and thankfully it's a little bit more than a lot more than what I could find other than that one-liner that was constantly repeated. But what do you want people to know about this case that is involving your daughter Jackie and this businessman Itzhak Ben Shabbat from Secret?
Well, as you can see from the TV press report that they did from the jailhouse where she was taken to, and the way they exposed just the text messages, it only shows a one-sided story. It's all about what my daughter Jackie wrote, what my daughter Jackie said, what my daughter Jackie did, and one must be very naive to believe that this is it.
And that there's no motive, there's no other side, anything that's not fed is going to die. Anything that's fed will continue. So it's just a lot of questions. I know our time is limited, so I'll try to keep them pointed, and I'll try to not interrupt you. But yes, go ahead. Tell them what they need to know about this case.
The first question that people like yourself should ask is, why didn't he block her? I mean, when they first met, I want you to know that there are text messages that for some reason were never exposed, that there was only a certain selection dealing with Jackie but not with him. She had already sent him 5,000 text messages, and she's saying, it's strange that you still want to see me after I send you 5,000 text messages. So it did not seem to...
And then you told me to stop.
It was not a factor. Now, the part that really disturbs me the most is when in those text messages, there was a part where Jackie and a friend of hers, early in this saga, around April of 2017, we're going back more than a year, they were texting each other, and Jackie's friend was very concerned, saying it's weird that this guy still wants to see you after 5,000 text messages. Make sure that if you do meet him, you meet him in a public place, because you don't know who he is and who he could be, and if you can be harmed in any way. And she said to her in those text messages, which we don't see, the police does not publish them, it says, Jackie says that she had met this man and he had already invited her to his house, where she spent 3 days in this house. And during those 3 days, he was asking her to use that GHB rape drug. Now, any father, any parent hearing something like this asks himself, what is a gentleman's intentions showing up on his first date, offering...
How did you find this? How did you find this about the GHB? How did this...
This happened when the story broke out, and we didn't know about it. A friend of hers in Arizona texted us and said, you know, Jackie had a good friend that they were communicating when all of this started. And I said, well, I don't know who that person is. Well, she's a good friend of hers, and she would be very willing to send you copies of the text messages that they exchanged when all this happened. And in those text messages, these two, innocent girls are just speaking to one another and exchanging notes. And I have a copy of the text messages that she sent to me from her phone, where she's saying, you know, he invited me to his house and we spent 3 days together, and he kept putting this drug, GHB, in every drink, whether I was having coffee, tea, or wine, or whatever drink I was, he kept putting this GHB drug into my drinks. When I heard this, I was shocked. So I waited until we had a conference call that was scheduled. As you know, now the jailhouses have become a business where you have
to put the money on the account.
Yeah, you have to open the accounts. So on a certain date, and I made sure that I marked the date and the time also, and the conversation is recorded. I asked her, I said, Jackie, is it true that this person was offering you that rape drug? And she says, yes. And I said, and you took it? And she said, yes. How many times did you take that drug? And she said, well, he kept putting it in all of my drinks. I mean, all the time he was putting the drug in anything.
And you have this recorded. Does she have an attorney? Well, I would imagine she does.
She does, but it's a public defender, because we are not people of the kind of means that can hire an attorney. We've tried to hire at least 6, 7, or 8 attorneys, and each and every one of them wanted a $20,000 deposit and talked about $60,000 to $100,000. And I said, we don't have, the ability to pay these kinds of prices.
So, what measures are in place for people who are like, because, you never know who's able to do what or who's listening. What is there a website or GoFundMe, anything that you all have in place for people who want to help out, or
believe me, I tried the Me Too movement. I looked on the internet, and what I was trying to find out is there anyone that can help me in speaking about this? Because if a person comes to a date with a rape drug, this means that person must have already tried it before and it worked for that person. That person is not innocent and is not experimenting with that drug. They know exactly what it does. Is there any other person out there in Arizona or wherever this person travels that fell victim to a predator that comes in his first date with a rape drug? That makes me insane, and I can't understand how a public defender does not want to take this into
Well,
consideration.
I mean, I'm sure that when you factor in all of the ways that we know people can be, you can very well come up with reasons why a person would not really try to help someone who they can see is, frankly, it looks like being railroaded. And I say this, and for those of you who are listening, you're like, oh, well, you know, she sent him over 150,000 texts. Number one, if you really go back through and if you count every single text message that you have even sent, I would say just think back to the person who you text the most, whether it's your love, your best friend, and think of all the little times you all will send each other back the little emoji, just one little thing. Each of those are a single text. You can quickly send somebody 5,000 text messages in a single week, depending. So it's like people keep things in perspective. You know, don't get lost in the numbers. You know, don't get caught up in the propaganda and think that you really know the story. Because remember now, in order for us to really see any kind of possible truth that we can truly accept in any situation, including our own, is we have to be able to see both sides of the story in the situation. And a lot of times that means empathizing, putting yourself, imagine if that were you, or even look at times when in your life how we can connect. You may think, this ain't me, this will never be me, nobody I know. No, it is you, and it is somebody you know. And if it's not you or somebody you know, sooner or later it will be. Just live a little longer. You know, that's the way it goes in this world. You know, nothing is unique, and there is nothing, not even what you're dealing with, that someone else isn't dealing with, and definitely not something someone else is dealing with that is beyond your ability to be able to see how a person is being slighted, or even if a person is wrong. Yes, acknowledge where a person is wrong, but also acknowledge when a person is being done wrong as well. You know, it's not always good to just point the finger. Sometimes we need to give a helping hand. And, of course, let me ask you quickly, because I do know our time is limited, and I apologize for getting on that soapbox, but what advice would you give to parents whose children are facing any kind of extreme hardship, including criminal charges, whether it's under heavy media coverage or just facing it by undergoing the local courts of opinion? What advice would you give them in order to be able to fight through, as well as, of course, be what they need to be for themselves, be what they need to be for each other, as well as for the kids? What advice do you have?
Well, the first advice that I have is to warn every woman out there in this world that is looking for a companion to be careful on how they select and where it is that they select that companion from. That's the first warning. The second warning is that if they end up as a victim like my daughter has, that it's very important for her to be able to have enough guts and be courageous enough to tell the judge when she is in court. And our daughter has not been able to do that because the public defender does not let her speak, where she could have said to the judge, Your Honor, and it's in the text messages, by the way, where she said, Your Honor, I was kidding with those text messages where I said, if you leave me, I'll kill you. I mean, it's how many times couples have had this kind of an exchange, and it was not meant to be so dangerous. And I didn't think that he would take it so seriously and become such a wimp to go in and call the police and set me up in the way that he did set me up. You have to be careful that if you're dealing with a very powerful, influential, and rich person, that the law is tilted against you. And many attorneys that I have spoken with in an attempt to get her a good defender have told me that the law is not exactly what you think it is. They said it's a question of who is stronger, who is richer, who is more powerful, and who it is that can put a message out that will most likely hurt you. And this is the situation in which my daughter is. She goes and shows up in court for 11 months right now. Month after month, they go to court. They don't let her speak. They don't let her say anything. The defender is taking the route that the prosecutor is doing. I don't see the police taking his phone, like they sequestered her phone, to see his text messages. And why didn't he block her after 4 messages, 5 messages? According to
even if he felt like his life was in danger, why didn't
Absolutely.
you go to the police, get a restraining order, tell her don't contact you again, you're going to go? It's just certain things that, to me would be natural instinct if it were true. But, I know they say you never know how you'll react in certain situations, but no, I've been in plenty of situations, know plenty of people who have, and as a news reporter for over 20 years have seen plenty. So it's just, just things aren't quite adding up. And I thank you for coming on today to Articulation Radio and bringing clarity to the matter. But honestly, even after talking to you, I just really feel like the real truth that I want to hear, it's likely not going to come because, of course, the main source it needs to come from is one that's not willing to speak. You're willing to speak. Jackie's willing to speak, even though she's stifled. And I would recommend, when you speak with her next, if she's not already thinking about it, let her know. Start writing, a memoir, a book, something, get it. Find a way to still get her voice heard, even though they're not giving her that proper platform. And I'm faithful that her justice will come. Now, and this is going to be my final question to you. I know I thought that last one would be, but no, I want to ask you, what is there that you haven't had a chance to say that you would like to say?
What I didn't have a chance to say is, when was the last time, Sage, that you ever heard, found out, discovered, read anywhere in our country, great country of ours, where the police would arrest a person and put on the report that she is insane? I'm looking at the report, the state of Arizona, county of Maricopa. They put on the report that they arrested the person and she's mentally disturbed, and immediately take her and put her on TV. And it is sad to see that the report, without an attorney, without a medical examiner, without someone helping her in any way whatsoever, where she is all wide-eyed and she's breathing heavy and she's like a poor victim sitting in there. Why would the police do that? Unless they've been paid off by someone, they've been influenced by Mr. Shabbat, that the court doesn't pay attention to her civil rights, that the defender doesn't do anything about this, that the prosecutor has a free hand. She was set up, and it was a blitz. And it disturbs me that we have a law enforcement system in Arizona that allows a person that is insane to be put in front of a TV camera and a lot of interviewers where she really did herself in those interviews.
Right, yeah, so many things wrong with this. And people, as you probably can already tell, this is just the beginning. So we know that this is going to be an ongoing matter for a while. And I really urge you all to don't be forgetful listeners. Don't just be people to just sit back and not take action. The whole point of Articulation Radio is to celebrate the doers, the move makers, and to inspire you to do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And as you know, nothing is a coincidence. You're not hearing this just to be hearing this and just to be learning this and just no. People, don't let Jackie's story die. Ades is the way her last name is spelled. Her father that you're listening to right now, Alex, Alex. And, of course, Jackie is Jacquie. How do you spell Jackie's name?
Jackie is short for Jacqueline. It's Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Just like
people, go ahead.
Jacqueline Kennedy, yeah.
Yes, go ahead and be sure to Google those names. Be sure to pose questions, make posts on social media. Be sure to do a whole hashtag, justice for Jackie, so that way, and also do the hashtag, Alex, American Dad, or, whatever it is, defend your children, hashtag. So, yeah, be sure to not let this die. And if you know anyone who's able to provide any kind of legal assistance to this family, do reach out. Alex, let them know how they can get in touch with you guys.
Well, they can call me at my phone number is 561. It's a Florida Palm Beach area code, 561-777-7357.
Very good.
Yes, 777-7357. And Sage, I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and the opportunity that you have offered us.
Oh, thank you. And it was my pleasure having you on. And whenever you all have the chance, you are more than welcome to come back, and we can cover things we did not have a chance to cover here, any new developments, whatever it is. You are more than welcome to come here because, yeah, you're family, and anything that we can do to help you all, we are definitely down with it here at Articulation Radio and articulationmedia.club. Alex, you enjoy the rest of today in beautiful Palm Beach. My family has some connections there, actually. There's a medical society still in place there in West Palm Beach called the T.E. Jefferson Medical Society, and that was actually founded by my great-uncle, T. Leroy Jefferson. He was the first black physician in Miami, and I think it's Miami and Palm Beaches area, and he even had a shop there, a store, as well as, of course, had his medical practice there in West Palm Beach. And I still have, of course, relatives who live there in West Palm Beach. Every year, the T. Leroy Jefferson Medical Society actually puts on a big health fair there in West Palm Beach, and it's usually like around July, June, August, something like that. I know it's in the summer, so it's beautiful.
I'm going to look them up, Sage. I'm going to look them up.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a great one, and many blessings to your family. And be sure to let Jackie know that there are plenty of people that are pulling for her and that are faithful, that everything is going to work out in her favor, and that, no, her truth will not be hidden.
Thank you very, very much.
God be with you. And people, be sure to stay tuned. We're going to roll a few more songs for you. In the meantime, be sure to go online right now. Put out your plea. Make sure that you spread the word on everything. Help this family out, okay? Be right back after.
Thank you.
Articulation Radio, thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
If you're looking for ghost writers, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us, the Writers Consortium, for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting. The Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
Following that interview with Alex Ades, you heard Soon It's Springtime. That's a song by yours truly, Goddess Sage. Up next is another Goddess Sage cut, Stripper's Anthem. That will be followed by The Horizon of Love by Stonekeepers featuring Revel Day, before we close out the show with To the Top 3 by Martin Land. Sincerely, I do appreciate the things a nigga put me through. Because of the abuse, I'm more creative from my point of view. In my clarity, I'm through blaming myself for that nigga shit you do. I choose to grow inside myself because I'm true to me. Now I see forgiveness is a tool y'all gave to me. The pain is like a prophecy. You see, I see, we see ghosts from the past. Shall I taste from this glass? I wish I could pass before my destiny I drink bittersweet dreams. It all seems as I lie awake in my bed, in my head, memories replay themselves like I'm waking up the dead. So when I think, I blink 1,000 times, I sink deeper and deeper into a mental state. I'm late. You're a fool if you think it's not a game. I'm a stripper, yeah, I'll dance for you in this room. Every girl is feeling the same. Gotta get that money. You're a fool if you think it's not a game. I'm a stripper, yeah, I'll dance for you in this room. Every girl is feeling the pain. Gotta get that money. Mama turned her head, I shed a tear. Instead of coming to my rescue, she fled, and I said, Daddy, don't make me. I bled. It was my first time, but like a bullet through the heart, the pain led me to a vicious start. It's hate that saturates all my vital parts. I make a beautiful smile. It's fake. For every other nigga in my life, it's hate. Until I found my expression, my voice. It used to be the drug of choice that got me through the day. I pay for every single thought in my brain. The rain never ceased, but the rain changed to my condition. I lease or bends, the rest I spend to defend my ambitions on stage. I'm the beauty and the beast. My rage stays locked in the cage. Next page. You're a fool if you think it's not a game. I'm a stripper, yeah, I'll dance for you in this room. Every girl is feeling the same. Gotta get that money. You're a fool if you think it's not a game. I'm a stripper, yeah, I'll dance for you in this room. Every girl is feeling the pain. Gotta get that money. So don't judge me, you don't know me. All you know is what I show you. I don't wanna know you, no, I just wanna know your cash. To keep my mind off my past and on the path to my money. Nothing's funny, you're a dummy. A fake wannabe baller. I still take money and diamonds from shot callers and pearls. The girl, you know the game, no shame. My pain is like a shit stain on my brain, but I gotta forgive you. To be true to my name, it's insane to blame myself for bitch ass niggas in the game. No fame, no issue to you. You remind me of the pain received from my dad. It's sad to think every nigga's gone bad, but it's safe to assume you's a goon. Got me dancing to this tune, and every girl in this room in tune to the same. It's gang. You're a fool if you think it's not a game. I'm a stripper, yeah, I'll dance for you in this room. Every girl is feeling the same. Gotta get that money. You're rain down them 20s and rain down them 50s. Keep raining down them 100s and watch me get lifted. Keep raining down them 20s, raining down them 50s, raining down that money. Watch me get lifted. I gotta get it. I gotta get it, get it. I gotta get it. Gotta get it, get it. I gotta get it. Gotta get it, get it. I gotta get it. Gotta get it, get it. I gotta get it. Gotta get it, get it. I
Are you single and seeking a lifestyle club that's centered around you? Go to sittingroom.xyz to register today. Sittingroom.xyz, where sexy singles socialize. Get merchandise and event invites by joining us at sittingroom.xyz today. Always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Call 972-880-8316 for your free initial consultation with a representative from The Conglomerate, or visit theconglomerate.work today to book your consultation in person. Theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work. Call 972-880-8316 to start your new business today.
why does it have to be? All good things must come to an end. And this is the end of this great episode of Articulation Radio, hosted by yours truly, Goddess Sage. I encourage you to not be a forgetful listener, to apply the wisdom that you've received today and take action and assist the cause that you heard about on today's episode, as well as be sure that you take action in your own life on fulfilling not only your own dreams, but also helping improve the lives of the people that you know. And as we always say here when we close out the day's episode, the staff here at Articulation Radio loves you. We thank you. We look forward to seeing you, talking to you, playing your music on an upcoming episode, as well as running your ad for your business or product on an upcoming episode of Articulation Radio. So be sure to head on over to articulationmedia.club right now. Re-listen to this episode, as well as listen to past episodes, and make sure that your ad is played and your songs are spun. In the meantime, you keep being a doer, keep being a move maker, and keep making things pop, baby.
How long have you been sitting on that manuscript? It's time to move it forward. Stop talking. BePublished.org. 972-880-8316.
Articulation Radio. Articulation Media.